Hello there, Miss Shibley here with our skills lesson for today. And our lesson is about root words with inflectional endings. Our I can, or what I will learn for today are, I can revise and expand oral sentences using the decodable conjunctions and, but, or, and so. I can add the inflectional endings ed and ing to root words. I can double the final consonant and words with short vowel sounds when adding an inflectional ending. And short vowels are when we say ah, eh, I. Those would be short vowels. So when our vowels do not say their name. I can read The Holiday with Purpose and Understanding and answer oral, literal, and inferential questions about key details in a story. So we're going to begin by building sentences using our conjunctions. So when we read and write, we should strive to make things, what we are saying and what we are writing, interesting. And we can do that by adding words that are called conjunctions to join phrases and sentences. So, my mom drinks coffee. We could add different conjunctions to it to make the sentence longer and more interesting and have more details. So, my mom drinks coffee. My mom drinks coffee and munches on muffins. That is telling whoever we are speaking to or whoever we are writing to a little bit more about what our mom does. We could say, my mom drinks coffee, but not at night. And that tells whoever we are speaking to when our mom drinks coffee. My mom drinks coffee or sips tea in the morning. Okay, so that one tells a little bit more. So when we use the word and, we are combining or joining like phrases or sentences. When we use the conjunction but, we are changing the direction of the sentence. So we are saying that there's something that's not happening. And when we use the word or, then we are offering choices. My mom drinks coffee with sugar so that it tastes sweeter. And if we use the word so, it is telling us what happens or why she is using sugar in her coffee. Okay. Now we are working with our root words and our endings ed and ing. So remember, we can add suffixes to the end of a root word to make it a different form of the word. When we add a suffix to a one-syllable root word, we need to double the consonant before adding the suffix. So if we have stop, where O is the short vowel, we have to add another P to the end. So stopping. Just like stopped, we have to add another P. Okay, and we would do the same thing. Let's look at the word tag. Okay, we'd have to double or add another G. So tagging, tagged. Okay, and now you're going to do some practice on your own on page 8.1. You're going to write your name at the top, and today's date is June 15th, 2020. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can get your materials ready. Okay, welcome back. Can you see the spelling pattern? Fill in the chart. On this side, we have our root words, and then we have our endings, ed and ing. So we have step, fish, dip, hatch, flip, hunt. So we have to figure out which one of these words or which words we have to double our consonant at the end of it. Then, down here it says choose 2 ED words from the chart and write a sentence. So that would be the ones from right here. Then the back side says choose 2 ING words from the chart and write a sentence. And you would get those from this section right here. Okay, pause the video so you have time to do that now. Okay, ready? Let's go over our words in the box. Fish, we don't have to add another consonant to that. It would just be ED and ING. With the word dip, we have to double our P. So it's DIPPED. And the same thing for dipping, DIPPING. For the word hatch, we just add the ending ED and ING. For the word flip, because it is a short vowel and one consonant at the end, we're going to double the P. So it's FLIPPED, flipped, and flipping, FLIPPING. The word hunt, isn't on there. Whoops. The word hunt is HUNT, and then you add ED. And hunting, HUNTING. Okay, now it's time for our story from Kay and Martez. And here are our spellings that we're going to preview before we read our story. We have the A sound written as AI, explain. We have a sound written as AY, holiday, pay. And then we have multi-syllable words, tribute, September, British. And we have a tricky word of Hidalgo. And this is a tricky word because the O at the end says O. Our core vocabulary and our sayings and phrases for today are tribute, something done to show respect to someone. An example of that is we had a party as a tribute to our teacher. British, people from Great Britain. An example of that is the colonists fought against the British. Our saying and phrase is in charge, which means you're in control or you are responsible for. An example of that is the principal is in charge at our school. Okay, so we are going to find the story, The Holiday, and I put our table of contents up here just to make sure that you remember how to use it. So we're going to look, and each one of these tells us our chapter name. So we're going to find the one that says The Holiday. Oh, and there it is. And I'm going to go across and I'm going to find the number where it tells me what page I can find that chapter on. So today we are going to find out about an important holiday in Mexico, and we're turning to page 26 to read the story. The Holiday. When Martez gets back from his trip, he invites Kay to visit him at home. When Kay steps in, she sees lots of singing and dancing. There is a flag with green, white, and red stripes pinned up in the living room. "What's up?" Kay asks. Martez explains, "Today is September 16th. It is a big holiday for Mexicans. On this day," Martez explains, "we pay tribute to a man who helped set Mexico free from the Spanish. You see, for a long time, the Spanish were in charge in Mexico. All of the land in Mexico was theirs. They could tell Mexicans what to do. They made the Mexicans do all of the hard jobs. Then one man got tired of it and set out to make things better." Martez points at a picture and says, "This is the man who started it all. His name was Hidalgo. He made a speech. He said the Mexicans should be free from the Spanish." Did they do it? Asked Kay. Yes, it took a long time, but in the end, they did it. It is sort of like when the US broke free from the British, Kay asks. Yes, yes, Martez says. It is just like that. Kay points at the flag. It has three stripes, one green, one white, and one red. Is that the Mexican flag? She asks. Yes, says Martez. This is our flag. Then Martez stretches out his hand and says, Would you dance a Mexican dance with me? And that is the end of our story for today. And we don't have discussion questions, but we do have questions on our activity page, 8.2. And at the bottom it says the number 31. You're writing your name and the date at the top. Again, it is June 15th, 2020. Ready? Number 1. The Mexican flag is black and white, white and pink, green, red, and white. Fill in the bubble that best matches the description of the Mexican flag. Number 2. Which day is a big holiday for Mexicans? September 16th is a big holiday for Mexicans. December 16th is a big holiday for Mexicans. Or March 16th is a big holiday for Mexicans. Fill in the bubble that you think matches the day that is the big holiday for Mexicans. Number 3. Who broke free from the Spanish? Spain broke free from the Spanish, Mexico broke free from the Spanish, or the US broke free from the Spanish. Number 4. Who was Hidalgo? So Hidalgo was the man who helped set Mexico free from the Spanish. Remember, you can pause your video if you need more time to write this down. Okay, now we're going to practice summarizing. And summarizing means that we are going to identify the important information that we learned from the story. So here's some questions to help us remember what we have learned. Before Hidalgo, who was in charge of Mexico? You're right, the Spanish were in charge of Mexico. Why did the Mexicans want to be free from the Spanish? Great job remembering. They were tired of being told what to do. What did Hidalgo do first? He made a speech saying that Mexicans should be free from the Spanish. What happened next, even though it took a long time? In the end, Mexico was set free. And why do Mexicans celebrate September 16th as a holiday? Because it was a holiday in tribute to Hidalgo. Okay, so again, summarizing goes over everything that we learned from our story. So we learned that the Spanish were in charge of Mexico.